Well, let's see. Let's just see what happens here. I don't know. I didn't see if anybody pops in here. Let me know if you get in here, folks, because this was unannounced. This was definitely unannounced. And I'm doing it through YouTube. What the heck? I see a few maybe popping in here. Like I said, this was unannounced. This was just a come on, let's do it. But if you folks, for those that are in here, go ahead and let me know with a comment. That way, at least I'll know who I'm talking to. I even went and grabbed me a cold snack, and I see a little flickering going on there. I don't like that too much. I've never really gone live through YouTube. What I have done is use StreamYard, but it was quick and easy, so I just got after it. Hopefully I got some good audio. Yeah, I don't like that little flickering with the camera there. But I know a couple folks tonight had actually was out sick, and I hope I'm not on somebody else's live right now. I didn't think there was anybody going, but you never know. You never know. But I'm just, like I said, trying to cover up a little space there. Some folks are not feeling well tonight, so we've missed. I know Elaine, welcome to my kitchen. She wasn't feeling too well. Hope she's doing all right. So that's not norm for her, but you know, the weather's kind of got folks feeling down. Who knows? She might have been plumb full from eating. But yes, sir. Two folks, two thumbs up. Not sure what it is there, but how's that microphone? I'm getting a little bit there, but you know, again, I've never worked it on here. Never worked it from YouTube. Always went through StreamYard. That's good. But I'm just seeing if I can get this thing rolling a little bit with somebody. So if any folks are out there and y'all know Pooch, you go ahead and let's hear from you in the chat. Well, Kickapoo's there. Howdy, ma'am. How's the audio, Kickapoo? I have never went live through YouTube Studio. So I'm just trying to fill it out a little bit. Rick Giovannucci. Now, Pretty's easier at saying that than me. So excellent. All right. Well, that's good to know. Other than that flickering, I hope you folks, I don't know if y'all see that little flicker going on there. That's kind of weird to me, but like I was saying, I've never worked live through YouTube Studio, and that's kind of what I'm watching here and playing with. It was easy. It was quick. Like I even said, Elaine, she must be under the weather because she didn't go live. And I was sitting here. I've been pretty busy all day working on some shirts. I had to get some out. I had somebody come picking them up today. And I got a few more. I got several more shirts to do, orders. And I needed a break, though. My head was just thumping from trying to do some designs, work in the studio of Cricut Design Space. my head hurts. So I was like, I'm stopping this. I'm gonna just get in here and go live for a little bit, see who I might draw in. Pretty's off to a girls' Christmas party with their friends, and so she's not out here today. We've been busy though. We have been busy, of course, with Thanksgiving, going to family coming to our place, and just actually working on stuff, catching up. And boy, the weekend's going by quick. Tomorrow's Sunday already, and we'll be back at work Monday. Golly. But we'll be December soon. Well, we got 3-4 more days. So yeah, be December before you know it. And Pooch will have to be knocking out using PTO. Got to use my time up. It's either use it or lose it for me. So I got to get after it and use it. I ain't giving it up. Paul Honeyman, welcome in, sir. Pooch is just sitting here because a few folks were out tonight, and I figured, well, I am just going to fill in here a little bit. Simply Jane Homestead, welcome in, ma'am. But I didn't have nothing particular. This was impromptu, and we just thought we'd go at it. Just go at it, have at it, see what the other folks might be doing. And looks like there's a few of y'all out there that's popping in to see Pooch. And Kickapoo never turned down a day off. That's right, Kickapoo. I don't turn them down. I've been taking a few more off here lately because been running my dad to the doctor a few times, and I just need to take that time off too and take care of him, boy. But I've been trying to consolidate some stuff in this shop. I don't know if y'all can tell, but this place, it's better than it was because I did actually clean it up a little bit and straighten it up. But I had stuff strung all over the place. And then I was upgrading my computers. So I transferred and had to put a lot of the software and programs in this other computer. And then I had to make sure everything worked and communicated. So that took a little bit, but I'm trying to clear a little space off here. I was running all of this stuff off this laptop that I have sitting over here, which y'all can't see. And it just wasn't handling it. Too much stuff, not enough RAM and CPU to drive all that stuff. And this thing ain't but a couple years. Well, it's barely 2 years old, I guess. Nah, yeah, maybe a year. But I bought it as a business laptop, and it wasn't really set up to handle a lot of the stuff that I'm running in this place. So I had to upgrade. I upgraded and got a desktop, which is a lot more powerful, a lot more speed. And then my son actually gave me another laptop because he built him a high-powered gaming system. And the laptop that he had, he says, man, that thing, it was good enough for gaming for him, but he wanted to build him something a lot more powerful. Listen to me. But he wanted to build him something a little more powerful to handle some of the games that he was doing. So he built this big tower desktop, and then he gave me his laptop, which is a nice laptop, and it's actually more powerful than the desktop that I got. But Pooch is trying to upgrade a lot of his stuff that he's got. I'm trying to learn video editing and some of the cameras I got and use. I just needed a little more option, a little more spunk to handle some of that stuff. So that's what I did, and that's what I've been working on. Let's see here. I'm making sure I ain't missing nothing in this here chat. Hi, everyone in Pooch. Heather Landstrom. Howdy, ma'am. Let's see. Dave Collier Camping. Howdy, howdy. I got some new folks in here. Well, some that I haven't seen. Pitbull, Paul Honeyman. Yeah, I know those guys. But appreciate all you guys coming in here on such short notice. Because I just jumped up in here tonight. I was with Mike's fishing home last night. Pretty was going to a concert. She went to see the Eagles at Dickies Arena. So she was out and about yesterday evening. Pretty's out and about again today. And Pooch just been kind of milling around here and doing what he can to get after it. 12 Stones. Hey, sir. Welcome in here. Yeah. Filling in space, Byron. I messed around earlier and saw that Elaine didn't go live. So I thought, you know what? I was working on some projects here in the shop and I got to where my head started hurting. So I was like, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to just jump in on a live. And that's what I did. Just popped up a live through YouTube. Never done it through the YouTube studio. So I'm a little confused. I'm used to StreamYard. But this seems to be okay, I guess. It is different. I can see the chat a lot different in here. That's for sure. But yeah, Pooch is full from Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, watched football. Tomorrow's some more good football. So I'm ready for that. And let's see, John Wiggs strolling. Yep, there's John Wiggs. Howdy, sir. But I'll probably get in there and watch some ball here in a little bit. I know I will tomorrow, but I got in there and played around with Mike's fishing home last night. That was a pretty good time, too. Football sucks. Football in the soccer way sucks, but not American football. I like football. I played a lot when I was young, growing up. I actually played up through high school and all. Loved it. That's the way Pooch is, though. Pooch has always been the rough and rowdy kind of type. So, who won the game? Which game? Cowboys won. I know that. All football, especially American football. I don't watch it as regular as I used to. You know, back when I was younger, I thought I had to watch every game, watch everything, and be in on top of it. But nowadays, it's almost like I can do without it. I like to watch my teams that I like to follow, and pretty much it. Yep, chat looks better when live on. Yes, it does. Looks way better. I can see everybody coming through, and I think I could chat just as well, and everybody can see me just as well too. Let me see there. Let me try that. Yep. Emoji. Damn. Howdy. Too many crybabies. Yeah, there's plenty of that. You know, they don't play it like they did back in the day. Because a lot of times I used to always get myself worked up for football games. And I knew good and well I was going out there. And I knew somebody was going to get hurt. And I wanted to make dang sure it wasn't me. But I was looking to hurt somebody else, most likely, because Pooch disregarded himself altogether. And I loved plowing over people. Pooch was like a bulldozer. He'd just mow right through anything and everything that got in his way. But I've been mowed over myself, so there's a lot of guys bigger than Pooch was. And so Pooch took a beating every now and then. But it didn't stop me. Yeah, rugby. Rugby's about like football, except you ain't wearing all that equipment. Good to see you, Heather Lanscombe. Well, it's good to see you too. It's good to see all you folks coming in here. Pooch is just lollygagging around and just killing time. Checking out. Yeah, look at that Pooch hat. I need to make me some more hats. Been doing a lot of Christmas shirts. That's what Pretty and I have been up to. we're actually, Pretty's been working on the website quite a bit, and I think we're going to try to kind of ease away from having to print so many shirts. Because let me tell you something, you can get tied up into this stuff and it'll wear you out. And it's a good thing, but Pooch don't like spending all of his time dealing with it. That's for sure. But it's easy money to do. I was talking to my cousin. I actually did shirts for her. She came and picked some up today. And she's wanting to get into this stuff. And I was like, well, better make sure you definitely want to get into it, because it could sure blow up in your face. That's kind of the way it did for us. You know, we just started doing this as a side gig and whatever, and then it wound up getting into more and more and more. And so we've turned down more. And I'm thinking way ahead of myself. I was steadily buying whatever it is I thought we needed. Now I've got a lot of equipment right here. And I'm already starting to think I want to get away from it. I think try to sell it off to somebody. No, I'll keep some of it, because I don't mind doing little jobs. It's when you get those big ones. Pooch is supposed to be making shirts. That's right. I've been doing it all day, John. And that's why I was telling them earlier, my head started hurting from trying to work in some of those design spaces and correct a few things. Counting shirts, seeing what I had, what I need to order. That's something that sucks as well when you're having to order a bunch of shirts. And I'm telling you, inventory is slim. It's hard to find some stuff right now. I've been waiting on a few shirts for over 2 weeks, and the inventory is just not there. So that tells me, and I know I'm not the only one out there pressing shirts. But I've got my materials in for the most part. Doing a Santa Squad shirt. Let's see, I did an elf. I already sent the shirts off, but let's see. I think this might show up there a little bit. It's not as bright. Is this jolly enough for you? I should have made one of these and sent it to John Wiggs. But I've done those. And then we have a Santa Squad shirt. And that looks dull right now. Once that sucker's pressed, it's brighter. It's bright as heck. Those colors really pop out and get vivid then. And that was done with vinyl. I don't know if a lot of you folks actually put that in a design and then cut it out, which that was new to me. If Kickapoo knows, that's coming. Kickapoo, that was done off that new printer that I got, that Sawgrass. That was specifically what I bought that printer for, was to be able to print, sublimate, and print on the vinyl. Just another way of making stuff, and it wasn't cheap, believe me. That's the way Pooch is. He gets his mind on wanting to do something, and Pretty will vouch for that because it hacks her off half the time. But I'll get after it, and then I think I need the latest, greatest, and Pooch is going to get it. And then I get it, and then I start thinking, dang, that just means more work. So my theory is, let me get a bunch of work in, get it paid for, so then I can kick back a little bit. But then I'm sitting on that stuff. Yeah. Just the way business goes. I don't know about y'all, but my head's been a little bit stopped up. It's been raining here in Texas a little bit, and it's supposed to move out today, but it's kind of misty still. The sun did break out, so that was a good thing. Let's trade paint. Howdy, sir. Everybody needs a friend named Pooch? Yes, sir. And they call me Pooch. John Wiggs, make sure Joy Stewart, howdy, ma'am. Making sure I haven't missed anybody up in here. Scott and I stopped to watch the kneeling passive crummy NFL and even some college teams. It's wrong. Yeah, that's me. I'll probably head in here in a bit and watch a little bit of ball, but who knows? I kind of come across in the Clint Eastwood movie, which I've seen a lot of those spaghetti westerns. I don't know how many times. I watched Tombstone yesterday for probably the 15,000th time. And I'll probably go in there and watch Hang 'em High, Clint Eastwood movie here in a bit. Of course, I've seen that one thousands of times too, but nothing like kicking back and just watching a good Western. Maybe Pooch will fix him a big old bowl of popcorn and take him a cold snack in there with him and sit back and watch some Clint Eastwood. I fully understand that, Pooch. I do the same on a cheaper level. Told you just to see what you can do. See what if you wanted to get back into it before you dove in. Yeah, probably should have been like that. Full blown country. I need to restart my PC. Having some issues with it. Hopefully they correct themselves, Simply Jan. I don't know that you'll miss much right here, but I do appreciate you being here. That's for sure. Because again, folks, this was unplanned and it was just something I popped in on. I was sitting here getting a little bored and my head was hurting, so I thought, hey, Elaine wasn't in here today, so I'll just. That's like Pooch the other day. Pooch tried to. I recorded the. It was supposed to come up as a premiere for Pretty and I Wednesday because we wasn't going live, but we had that recorded to post in that spot. I uploaded it. It uploaded to YouTube, and then right before time it was supposed to go on, I went and checked. And the dadgum thing says it never processed the video. So I started scrambling. I uploaded again, which I didn't set as a premiere. I just uploaded it and went to have it post. It come on a little late, but Justin over there at Back Road Freedom, he hopped in on the live. So he says, I'll just covering for Pooch, which was good, quite all right. But yeah, that kind of hacked me off that thing didn't go like it was supposed to. Sure or not. And you folks say you're not seeing that flickering, but I am, and it's driving me crazy. Let's see. Have a cold. Hope we feel better soon. My mom and my grandpa have a cold. I hope they feel better soon too, because there's a lot of folks feeling this here, feeling under the weather. I'm not feeling under the weather, but I feel like I'm on the verge of feeling under the weather. I just popped out this chat even more. That's crazy. I'm trying to get it to where I can move it to another part of the screen, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that because now I blocked myself. I see Pooch. See what? John Wiggs? What did I do? I need to restart. My mom, I see Pooch, Kickapoo Crafty. Are you broadcasting in 1080 or 720? Maybe that is causing the flicker. I see it now. Probably should be 1080. But yeah, there's a little bit of flicker going on. But I did change computers too, so I don't know if that connection's, maybe I didn't get it pushed in good enough or something. I don't know. Because I'm just using a Logitech webcam up here. But it's the Brio. It should do 4K, but I don't think it's going to allow it to pull up 4K. Boy, I done jacked around, lost my chat. Looks like. No, there we go. See, I'm messing with this thing and I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. I've never actually worked out of YouTube Studio. I would like to sometimes, but I'll definitely be on the lookout trying to figure out what that flickering is. Push it, Pooch, push it real good. John Wiggs was in there last night with Mike's Fishing Home. Well, it's pretty good. Treasure Hunter, welcome in, sir. Beth Coronet, welcome in, ma'am. Okay, I pray all you Americans had a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you around. YouTube guys, stay safe all. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for popping in here. Appreciate you. You do the same. Stay well, stay safe, and go watch some football. Treasure Hunter and Beth, Pooch just popped up in here because he had nothing better to do. He was getting bored. His head started hurting. Been messing with shirts. Pretty's gone again. Pretty was gone last night, and Pretty's gone again. So why not pop in here and go live and see what's happening around the world, around YouTube land. I'll probably try to watch some YouTube here in a little bit. Once I get off here and go inside, I'll probably watch some YouTube myself, see what that I might have missed today. I haven't got to watch too much lately, so that's what's crazy about all of that. You don't get to spend, well, during holidays especially, but I've got a few of those that I do like to watch, and I try to keep up with them, but it don't always happen. Pooch in, huh? Pooch is loose. Yep, that Pooch is loose. That's right. Yeah, Pretty went and saw the Eagles last night in concert. Her brother surprised her with an early Christmas present and had 2 tickets to go see the Eagles at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. So that was very thoughtful. What y'all know of Pretty? Her brother, Mondo, is the same type of person, but he's a man. That Mondo is the most lovingest man, kind-hearted, sweetest man that I know. Well, he hangs up there with my dad, that's for sure. But yes, he is a good brother, and he loves to show his love for his family. But him and Pretty are pretty tight, so they're close in age. Mondo's a few years younger than us, so. But yep, he popped up at Thanksgiving and told Pretty, says, I got something I want to show you. And it was kind of cool the way he did it. He brought his phone out and said, here, look at this picture. And he showed it to Pretty, and Pretty thought she was going to look at a picture. Well, it was the confirmation and tickets for the Eagles concert. And he says, we're going to go to this. And so that really surprised Pretty, and so her and her brother got to go to see the Eagles, and that was cool. Really was cool. And I know those tickets wasn't cheap either. Kim, welcome in. Howdy, howdy. He ain't had that shot. What's that? He ain't had that shot, Neil. Oh, am I missing something? We need your help. Us with logo. Oh, I see, Beth. Yeah. I could definitely try to work on something like that. That would be I bet it was a great concert because I like the Eagles, but Pooch is more of a country kind of guy, and he's an outlaw country or red dirt road country kind of guy. I'm not too much into the mainstream stuff, but Pooch is one of them rebel types, so he likes to listen to that hardcore country, and they just ain't gonna play that on the radio. That's how I roll. I do like some. I do like some radio commercial type country though. But yeah, Pooch listens to stuff they won't play on the radio. Pooch off the chain. I'm trying to be. He ain't had his shots. I don't know what the heck talking about there, John Wiggs. Country ain't very country anymore. It sure ain't. It sure ain't. Of course, I probably listen to stuff that y'all don't even know of. But I'm definitely a Waylon Jennings kind of guy. Now, y'all probably know about Waylon. That's back when country was country. But nowadays, I like Creed Fisher and, Marty. What's this other guy's name? My mind went blank because I'm having to tell you. But yeah, Matt Mason, some of that new guys that nobody's heard of, but they do play some actual country music. I would say ass kicking country music, but definitely some outlaw country music, that's for sure. Boy, it seems like every time my voice gets loud, it's when that camera wants to flicker. Oh no. I grew up listening to Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, David Allen Coe, Loretta Lynn, Dolly Waylon. Yes, heck yeah, so did I. That is right. Love Merle Haggard too. And all of them. The Highwaymen, which a lot of those guys were known as in a group, the Highwaymen. You're gonna have to whisper then. Pooch don't know how to whisper. Pooch is about average where he's at now, but he can go louder. Mm-mm. Thank you, Pooch. Heather Lanscombe. No, ma'am. Thank you. Heather's always in here and leaves good comments, and I think we're friends on Facebook too, Heather. So if y'all don't know that, Pooch is on Facebook. You can find him under his normal name, and then you can also find him under Full Blown Country, which I probably need to straighten that out a little bit because I have two Full Blown Country pages. I have a Full Blown Country store page, and then I have a Full Blown Country blog page, which is members' YouTube channel. I probably need to cut one of them because that's one thing Pooch's getting overwhelmed with too much to try to keep up with. And Pretty and Pooch, I've been pondering that little scenario right there because I know everybody loves Pretty and Pooch. And I thought of starting a channel, I do have a Pretty and Pooch channel here on YouTube. We just haven't worked it that much because I was thinking start Pretty and Pooch podcast, which that's kind of what Pretty and Pooch will most likely be, is podcasting. But after talking with some folks, there ain't nothing wrong with keeping Pretty and Pooch right here on Full Blown Country. And that's a good thought because that just means less that I got to keep up with until it gets either big, blows up, or whatever. If it was to do that, then I want to keep it separated. But that's kind of like Full Blown Country. Full Blown Country is something that I started several years ago in this t-shirt business and some other ventures that I do, because Full Blown Country is a licensed, registered, trademark name for me. And I've ran a couple businesses through it under Full Blown Country. And I just wanted to keep the name. So I do my best to keep that name. And you get into Pretty and Pooch and this other stuff. But once I started doing YouTube, that's where Pretty had a problem. She's like, well, I don't want what you're doing with YouTube. And it wasn't so much it being associated with Full Blown Country FBC. It's just what Pooch is prone to do, because there's no telling what I'm liable to do. And some of my actions wouldn't actually go well with our business. So that's where she kind of thought we need to differentiate the two. So what I did is I moved our online retail store and our printing and other stuff that we've got going on. That switched over to FBC Mercantile and Boutique. Now, Pretty's pretty much involved with that, but that's where we had to separate the two. So FBC Mercantile and Boutique is actually an online, a retail. It's where we run a lot of our shirt stuff through and bill and invoice through that. And Full Blown Country is still Full Blown Country for Pooch. Because Pooch is crazy. Pooch allowed to do something Pretty don't like, and you'll know it. If Pooch does do something that Pretty doesn't like, you folks will definitely know it. Because she'll call me out and probably make a scene out of me with you guys. I know she would. Brian, the Vineyard Farmhouse, welcome in, sir. I'm just piddling around too, Brian. She's trying to hide the dark side of Pooch. Boy, I don't know if some of y'all might be able to figure out and read between the lines, but Pooch, I don't have a dark side no more, but Pooch does have a rowdy side. Pooch can get rowdy. Pooch has been rowdy. And it wouldn't probably take much for Pooch to get rowdy. That's just Pooch. Love when Pretty gives you the eye roll. Yeah, she's good about doing that. Tamara Brown, welcome in, ma'am. That's usually the cue for Pooch to shut up, or because Pooch don't want to get no fight started, that's for sure. You know, that's when things happen and feelings get hurt, people get bent out of shape, and sometimes it's best to pick your battles and just shut your mouth. Which Pooch don't like to fight, because Pooch knows if he gets in a fight or gets in an argument, Pooch is in it to win it. But there ain't no sense in hurting anybody's feelings and getting broke off into quick over something petty, little, and stupid. So Pooch has learned to keep his mouth shut too. Used to, I didn't do that, but good evening, Treasurer Hunter. Tamara Brown, smash the thumbs up. Yes, please, and thank you. I don't even know what we got going. I got 16 thumbs up and 14 people in here. That's not too bad for just a random pop-up, because that's exactly what I did. Didn't plan. I just randomly popped up. What was everybody else doing prior to this? Did Pooch just pop up and everybody's like, whoa, there's Pooch, let's go see him? Okay, I was like, but yeah, Pooch has got all these grand, brilliant ideas, which I know Brian and I talk sometimes over some of this stuff, and actually Brian, Vineyard Farmhouse, was the one that kind of talked a little sense into Pooch when we were talking the other day. And I was talking about Pretty and Pooch wanting to do a podcast on a different channel, or make a different channel for Pretty and Pooch. And Brian's simple reply was, well, what's wrong with it on FBC? What's the difference? Pretty and Pooch is already on FBC. What would be the difference? And it struck me like right then. Just the name. There ain't no sense in changing nothing. Everybody knows Pretty and Pooch is on FBC Full Blown Country, so we'll just sit tight probably. And then Pretty's no judgment here. that's something that she does. She's got going on, and we don't want to mess around. What we've got done for her, though, as far as making her videos and her live, well, I say lives, but her streams of her radio show finally got to where they're being put up over on her channel, because there for the past 2 years they haven't been. And I always wondered why she wasn't doing that. And I was like, babe, you're screwing yourself there a little bit, because they're monetized and banking off of your content, which it should be going to you. And yeah, I know it's a radio show and you've signed up with them, but they could at least transfer and put that over on your channel. They finally agreed, because she threatened to leave. Actually, she was actually thinking of doing this solo and just doing it from what we got going on here. But the lady kind of sweet talked her and says, no, just stay. We can do that, and which is good. But still like to do some stuff live from here, and that's going to be one of my projects soon, is kind of shifting and cleaning out some of the stuff that we have in this little shop. And I'm going to build and make us a podcast type studio backdrop to where we can actually have I mean, this is cool right here for full blown country, because I got my shelf and all back there, but we'll set us up a little podcast station over here pretty soon, to where we can sit back and look like professionals. Maybe, I don't think I want a couch or nothing, but at least we can sit back and look professional. And I don't think I want to be wearing no headphones and all that other garb, but I'm just sit there and talk to the camera. Heather Lanscombe, I am waiting for Blake Shelton latest Christmas movie. Blake Shelton latest Christmas movie. What the heck? Blake Shelton does Christmas movies? See, that dude ain't country. Not offending anybody, but LaDonna. I like to have a great night. See y'all. Let's trade paint. You out of here. Have a good evening, sir. Man, I've already been on here 42 and a half minutes. This seems to be going quicker than it does when Pretty and I is actually doing a live. You're going to need a fence post next. Yeah, that'd probably be a good thing. That would probably make a real good sign. A real good, what do you call something, object to have within the scene. A fence post. Maybe I'll do two fence posts with some barbed wire. That way I can lean up on that sucker. A wood fence post. He produces them. He isn't in them. Oh, okay. That's a little different. Blake Shelton. I ain't knocking on him, but that's another one of those commercialized country western stars. He could sing pretty good, but his music's more along that pop chart kind of stuff. Beth Cornett, I like good songs, whatever genre it is. Yeah, that's me. I mean, I'm not picking on nobody. I like good music too. Pooch even likes some rap, but I like the old school rap. I don't know if some of you folks have gotten into that before, but I'm talking like Public Enemy and EPMD and NWA and some of that stuff that is a little controversial. Because that's the way Pooch is, controversial kind of guy, I guess. I can't wait till next Wednesday night again. What's happening? Are you at freedom to give us a hint what's going on next Wednesday? I don't know what Pretty and I'll be doing quite yet either, but we'll have to come up with some kind of gig, skit, or something. But I've heard a lot of folks lately within YouTube that have actually hit the wall, burned. Well, I know what it is, at least what I think it is. A lot of these folks, I think, have just about burned themselves out. And that's something that Pooch won't do. That's why you don't see, and granted, I would like to put out a lot more content, but I don't have the time to. And if I was to try to do that on a consistent everyday basis, my stuff just pops up when it pops up. Other than I'm pretty much guaranteed to be going live on a Wednesday night. But people get themselves burned out and they get tired and then they get just frazzled over the whole situation. You know, I've got priorities, and YouTube is not a priority for me. It's a hobby, and wherever it goes and wherever it takes me, that's greatness. I will go with it. But there might be a time to when Pooch says I'm done doing this too. But you never know. I do enjoy it and I do like it. I would rather focus more on this than I do t-shirts right now. And that's kind of where I'm being led to. But, you know, I still need to take care of my other obligations as well as my full-time job. And we just go this as it goes. I've been one of those kind and have always said that I didn't look for names and big names to shout me out for nothing. And I usually let them know when I meet, see, distribute, whatever. I'm not looking for a shout out. I don't even want you to mention me. That's just, I want my channel to grow organically and on its own. That's how that I want. And that's what's happened to a lot of folks out there. And, you know, then they get all sidetracked and can't keep up with some of that stuff. Especially for folks like me and some of the others out there that work full time. They just, you can't run yourself in the ground trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's for sure. Because, you know, I do know I go live on Wednesdays. I keep up with that and make that a priority. But anything else besides that, that's free stuff for y'all if I post up anything other than on a Wednesday night. But again, I would like to, and I do. It's just not consistent, and I can't tell you when and where it'll be. But it's all good. I'm more of a connections kind of guy, relationships building, shooting the bull, running my mouth, making you laugh, whatever. That's how Pooch is. Because I don't meet strangers. Y'all have a great night. This old lady is so tired. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. God bless you, ma'am. Thank you. We love you too. Thanks for coming in on this Saturday night on an impromptu Pooch live. Do you want me to stop talking about you? You're on my live. Am I going to be on your live Wednesday? Yee-hoo! So I'll be doing double duty, kind of like MT last weekend. If I am, Brian, forgive me for not knowing. But you bet I will. That's how we take care of folks, one another, you know, try to cover up, help out. And one of these days, which I know Pretty wants to, we'll pull us up a guest up in here. And that's kind of what that would be fun. But you know, you got to be prepared for that. And Pretty's more on the preparing for interviewing and having guests. So Brian said, no, I don't know what the heck, but Tree Haven's going to be with Brian this Wednesday night. Sweet. Jess is going to be up there with you. Good deal. Well, served what I said. Reread. Well, Brian, I may have missed it up there. I'm letting this stuff flow on down the road, and I'm not even paying that close attention to it. I'm trying, but Pooch is more focused on what's coming out of his mouth. That's what I'm trying to do. Just stay focused on what's coming out of my mouth and making some kind of sense. Old Man King Homestead. Old Man King, is he in? There he is. Howdy, sir. Welcome in here. See, that just goes to show Pooch ain't paying that close attention to it. I'm watching it, but I get distracted from the little flickers and stuff. But I do see that I still have 14 people in here and 18 likes. Who'd have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? I wouldn't know how in the world to keep up with more than that, especially on a live chat. No way. But I still think it'd be cool to have a call-in line and be able to talk to folks. And I've done it once, the cheap, easy way. But Pooch is looking to kind of up his game a little bit here soon. I want to get more towards a actual podcast setting type thing. And again, there's probably no need in doing it, but I've done said it once. That's just how Pooch is. When he wants to do something, he wants to try it and do it the right way. Real sir, I got your bell on. I like real people. Possum out. Well, thank you. And Pooch is real. I appreciate that. And Pooch is real, and I keep it real. I ain't trying to be nobody, I ain't. And I'll keep it real by letting everybody know when I get butt hurt too. But let me rephrase that. Pooch don't get butt hurt, because Pooch don't give one iota about what other people think, what they say, or gotta say. Because, if you don't like Pooch, which everybody needs a friend named Pooch, but if you don't like Pooch, you can move on down the road. And I don't intend to make anybody feel uncomfortable around me. So, me neither. I'm just here. That's right. I think there's a song out there that I like to listen to, and it's here, and it's called Maybe I Am. And it goes along the lines of what I do, what I might say, and how other people might interpret it. And if that makes me an asshole, maybe I am. And if that's the worst thing I get called, it's been a dang good day. Yes, sir. Country boy myself, Missouri. That's right. I don't like to put out that portray myself that way. But then again, Pooch don't give an iota. Life with Belinda and Chuck. Howdy, sir. Welcome in here. Welcome in. An impromptu night. Pooch just popped up because he got a headache from working on some other stuff and thought, I gotta need a break. And like someone was so kind to do for me the other day when my live didn't go quite off as planned, they filled in the gap for me. So I'm trying to just kind of fill the gap in. Elaine, welcome to my kitchen, was under the weather. So after I got through doing what I was doing, I decided just to pop in and go live from YouTube Studio, which is totally different than what I normally do, but it's all good. Where the tree falls. Possum Outdoor Riot, country boy myself, brother, Missouri. Belinda, the Vineyard Farm. Somewhere there is part that just split in half. Good evening. Somewhere there is a post. You're probably right, Brian. It's, I guess Brian from 12 Stones. I don't know if he's still lingering around. I hope to see him tomorrow. he's going to be down around these parts, and he's actually going to be hanging out with my son. So that is a very good thing. I've been trying to get those two connected back since Pineco Fest, but Byron is going to be down around these parts tomorrow. He's going to hang out with my son Tristan. They're going to get together and get acquainted, and who knows what they wind up doing, but that's awesome. I'm very appreciative of Byron coming down. He's actually going to church over at our, now they go to a different time slot than what Pretty and I go to, but Pretty and I usually go to the 9:30 service, and Sonny, my son, does a lot of the audio video work on the traditional service, which happens at 8 in the morning. And Pretty and I go to the contemporary service. So, but he does audio and all of that work for the contemporary service, or I say traditional. So, that's hopefully they get to go hang out and spend the day tomorrow and go do whatever they plan on doing. But I am just grateful to Byron, 12 Stones, actually hooking up and connecting with Tristan. And hopefully that forms a lasting friendship and relationship with each other. They're both pretty much like-minded. That's even better. That's a quality you don't see too much in young men nowadays, and a very good deal, very good deal. But again, I'm watching this clock click up. Dang, that's when you go impromptu, it seems the time goes by quicker and faster, because I can sit and fret about being in a live on a normal scheduled night when Pretty and I are at it, and I don't do it much, and I don't like to do it. I don't like to show myself looking at the clock, but I hadn't even been paying attention to the clock really, and I'm dang near an hour into this sucker, which is a good thing. That's unusual, but I know I've got 13 people still in here, and I've got 20 thumbs ups, which is way cool. Y'all have a good week, and see you. Thank you, John Wiggs. Appreciate you coming in here. And of course, Pooch will be rolling out of here too here in a few minutes. So I've got to go inside and kind of see what's going on. And I'm probably, like I said, going to go in there and watch Clint Eastwood and A Fistful of Dollars. Even though I've seen it 15 million times, I got to watch it again. Like I watched Tombstone last night for the umpteenth time. Something about them Tombstone, Young Guns, Clint Eastwood movies, and it don't matter which one. I can watch those old spaghetti westerns. I can watch those good westerns a million times over. We could do a live together on a different time slot. You bet we could. Heck yeah, Brian, we sure could. If you're talking to me this time, you might be talking to John Wiggs. I think John Wiggs needs to do a live. Maybe I'd get John Wiggs on a live with me. Pretty'd have to be gone, no, that's for sure. 15 folks in here now. The count's climbing. But if folks that just stumble in here, and if you ain't ever been in here, thank you for coming. And if you hadn't left a comment, please feel free to do it. But hit that like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Pooch would appreciate it. I've noticed my little subscribers has been growing lately, but it's going up the way I like it to do it, organically and on its own. But 400, I think I had 400. I'm getting close to 450, and that's quite okay. I was really pushing for 500 so I can get that community tab. Then they just handed it out. I try to use that community tab as much as I can, but you know, I'm watching my view hours go up, but I ain't nowhere near the amount of subscribers to even be able to get in there to be a Amazon associate, whatever they call that stuff. But who cares? If it gets there, it'll get there. And when it gets there, it'll do it when it does. I'm not going to lose no sleep over it and think, oh no, I'm not getting nothing out of this. If it does it, that's great. Yee country. Speaking of Sonny, there he is right there. Good old Tristan. I was talking about you and Byron getting to hook up tomorrow, and that's awesome. I'm so happy and thankful that y'all do get to connect tomorrow. But yep, me and my son Tristan there, that's usually how we respond to one another when we see something going on in each other's lives, chats, or whatever. Yee country. But folks, I have definitely hit the hour mark. 101:19. That's not too bad for an impromptu, just off the cuff kind of live, because I had no intentions and it was not posted and planned. And it's through the YouTube studio. But I greatly appreciate all you folks that come in here tonight and just to hang out with Pooch on a Saturday night. So who knows? That's kind of fun. I might do it again one day. But I know I'll be here Wednesday. And if I don't post up anything up until then, I'll definitely see you folks Wednesday. So anyway, hope you all have a rest of a good evening. Hope you all have a blessed Sunday. And Pooch will see y'all again soon. Remember, everybody needs a friend named Pooch, and they call me Pooch. Yes, sir.